Now, it may still be 15 months until the American presidential election, but the starting pistol has well and truly been fired, with Republican Party candidates lining up for their first televised debate.
You guys nervous?
10 hopefuls took part, including Donald Trump, Jeb Bush and Scott Walker, the three current frontrunners. All the candidates directed criticism towards the leading Democratic contender, Hillary Clinton, but they also clashed on policy issues, and the big one of those was immigration. Well, with me now, the US political commentator Charlie Wolf, formerly communications director of Republicans Abroad. Welcome, Charlie.
Hi.
What did you think?
Well, it was pretty good. I mean, obviously it was short, to the point. You're not going to get deeply into the issues because when you have that many people and a shortage of time. But all that said, the questions from Fox News were very precise and really well researched, and really put them on the spot. But to be fair, I think most of them had an answer, or occasionally they dodged, but they did it in a sort of way that they didn't appear to be dodging. Donald Trump was interesting. I think the problem for Donald is he didn't step up to the bar. People were waiting to see him add a little more than just ranting and complaining about people are stupid and they're all idiots. And
More concrete policy, you mean?
Yes, you know, you were sitting there with the big boys, with politicians who've been doing this for a long time, wanted to hear some real policy, and he didn't have that to offer. Whereas on the other hand, you had Carly Fiorina, who was really the star. She was in the tea time debate, I guess we'd call it over here. Had some fantastic answers, and even in other interviews I've seen her in, very cool-headed, knows her brief. What really impressed me, especially with her, was at the end, she gave an answer about, essentially she was talking about American exceptionalism and the difference between progressives and conservatives, and saying progressives think that there are some better than others and they want to show you how to live your life, whereas conservatives think we're all equal and we all have a chance in life. And I thought that was a big ticket answer. And then, of course, there was Ben Carson, who didn't really get too much of a chance to shine until the very end, with the line about, when they were wrapping up, saying, well, I guess I might as well say why I'm different from everybody else. I haven't talked about that. Unlike everybody else, I've separated Siamese twins. And the line about, what was it, I've taken out half a brain, but then again, yes, I think Washington beat me to the
It's unlikely
punch.
that your 9 opponents are going to have been able to equal that, really.
Yes.
On Donald Trump, is it possible to say how popular he is, or is the fact that he's in the lead at the moment simply because he has a bedrock of support and the rest is kind of split between the other 9?
I think there's a combination of things. One, he is obviously well-known and popular. I don't think even over here on these shores we'd be talking to the extent we are about the debates if Donald Trump wasn't there. So in that respect, I have to compliment him for getting the airtime the Republicans deserve. So he's got that. He also does touch a nerve. He's sort of, I guess you call it the Nigel Farage factor. He can talk immigration. He doesn't mince his words. But again, what's going to hold him up is when we start talking policy and prescriptions of how you would handle this, and that's where Donald is going to fall on his face. I think he will continue on for a while, but when it comes to the primaries, was it Christie or one of them was talking about, I think it was Rick Perry said, debates aren't as important as votes in primaries. And again, that's when the things will start to change.
I mean, you highlighted a problem, I think, purely on a sort of organisational terms, quite apart from anything else. At the moment, there are frankly too many of them.
Oh yeah, and that was the problem last time. So far, though, what has impressed me is there isn't as much of an internecine battle of bloodletting as we had when Romney ran in 2012. That was quite the battle between Rand Paul and Governor Christie. I think Christie took that one. I think he made the better case. Rand Paul, when he went to the bit about hugging the president, not only was it sort of an ad hominem, I think it really had nothing to do with the topic at hand. And then when Christie came back and said, well, I've hugged the victims of 9/11. You know, Christie is back in the game. He was out for a while. Mike Huckabee is back in the game. Frank Luntz, who does surveys, you know, the dialometer surveys, that was the highest point in the whole debate when he was talking about the trade for the Iran deal. So it's interesting how the players are shaping out, not quite as we thought. I don't think Jeb Bush had his best night. Walker was okay. And these are the top 3 guys weren't really playing the game to the extent they should have.
Well, hey, we've only got 15 months to go.
Yeah, only 15. I'll see a lot of you, I'm sure.
I suspect you will. Charlie, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks.